Hello everyone and welcome. If you're new to this channel, my name is Karen and today I'm going to guide us through a gentle yoga flow for stress and anxiety relief. So with this flow, we're going to really focus on stretching and opening up into those areas of our body that can often hold on to and cling on to stress and anxiety. So we're going to be working on stretching the neck, the shoulders, the chest, and into our hips as well. So we'll get started straight away. We're gonna get started seated today and find yourself a nice comfortable seat. So you may wish to sit on blocks, on cushions, even up against the wall for a bit of support. You could have your legs crossed or your legs extended, whatever feels best for your knees. So once you've found that comfortable spot for your body, you can rest your hands face down on your knees, or maybe resting in your lap, one palm on top of the other. Rolling your shoulders down your back, seeing if you can stack your shoulders above your hips here. You can close your eyes down, or you might prefer to simply soften your gaze. Beginning to become aware of your breath here. Beginning to turn your focus inward. Beginning to come home to your body here. Noticing if your breath begins and ends in your chest. And without judgment, seeing if you can guide your breath to begin and end in your belly. Starting to deepen your breath here. We'll be here for 2 more deep breaths. Relaxing your eyebrows. Letting go of any tensing or clenching of your jaw. Feel your whole face soften. From here, we're going to move into a little bit of counted breath work. So we're going to inhale through the nose for 4 and exhale out through the nose for 7. So by lengthening our exhales longer than our inhales, we are signaling to our nervous system that we're safe and it's okay to relax and switch into rest and digest mode. We'll do this for 5 rounds. So let's begin by just emptying all the air out of our belly, a big exhale. And then in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more here, counting for yourself. When you're ready, just letting your breath return to normal. Becoming aware of how you're feeling. Do you feel any different from when you first arrived onto your mat? And it's okay if you don't. We're just exploring here with curiosity and without judgment. When you're ready, we'll begin to move. You can place your hands on your knees. Let's work with the neck muscles. So we're just going to drop our chin to our chest here, pausing for 2 breaths, keeping the shoulders stacked over the hips as you breathe deep. One more breath here to stretch into the back of your neck. And then we're going to let the right ear roll around so it stacks on top of the right shoulder. And then over to the other side. So your left ear stacks on top of your left shoulder. And now you can keep going just like this, nice and slowly. If you find any tight spots that might need a little bit of extra love, you can always pause there and breathe into that. Relaxing your face as you breathe deep. We'll take 2 more conscious deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, bringing the chin back to center and stacking your head above your hips. Inhale to reach arms up to the sky. Exhale, interlacing your fingers, turning your palms to face your ceiling, and then taking a big stretch, tall through your spine. Feeling space being created in between your vertebrae. And thinking of sending your elbows, your shoulders, your arms back in space behind you. Here for 1 more deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. You can let go of the hold on your fingers. We're going to inhale to grow tall. And then exhale, bringing the left hand to your right knee. Your right fingertips will come behind you to act as a kickstand. I'll just turn this way to show you. And then we're going to inhale to grow tall through the spine. Exhale, maybe twist a little deeper. And if it feels good on your neck, you might look over your right shoulder. We'll take 1 more deep belly breath, inner twist. On your next inhale, coming back to face the front of your mat as you reach the arms up. And then exhale, other side. So your right hand comes to left knee, left fingertips come back behind you here. Inhale to elongate your spine. Exhale, using core muscles to twist a little deeper. Maybe look over your left shoulder. Making sure here that your shoulders stay stacked above your hips, so you're not kind of just leaning back like so. The shoulders are stacked above your hips. Last breath. Then we'll inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, bringing your hands down beside you. On your next inhale, we're going to open our arms nice and wide. So inhale, arms open. chest pulls through, maybe gazing up. And then exhale, you're going to roll back onto your tailbone, dome at the upper back, giving yourself a hug here, tucking your chin to chest. Inhale to open arms, grow wide like wings. Exhale, round the spine, rolling onto tailbone, giving yourself a hug. Once more. Inhale, spreading wide, opening the chest. Exhale, reverse that, rolling onto the tailbone, giving yourself a hug, chin to chest. And then we'll inhale, this time reaching arms up to the sky. And exhale, bringing your hands back behind you. So walking them back behind you, you're on your fingertips. We're going to roll our shoulders down our back, pushing into your fingertips, reaching your chest up towards the ceiling. Maybe you look up. Here, really opening into the chest now in our seated camel. Taking 2 more deep belly breaths here. Feeling fresh oxygen fill up your lungs. Amazing. When you're ready, coming out of that, and we're going to come onto tabletop position. So all fours. Your hands are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. Let's wake our spine up with some cat-cows. Inhale, belly drops towards the mat, gaze forward, pulling your chest through your arms. Exhale, reversing that, so tailbone tucks under. You push out through the hands as you dome at the upper back and your chin comes towards your chest. Inhale, belly drops for cow. Exhale, rounding out for cat. Once more, inhale, belly drop. Exhale, doming at the back. Neutral spine position. Now from here, we'll bring the big toes to touch, and then it's up to you. You can keep the knees touching to target more of the lower back in your child's pose, or if you want to bring it more into your hips, your knees can go nice and wide. Either way, sinking your hips towards your heels and then walking your hands far ahead of you here. Your forehead can rest on the ground, or you could bring the ground a little closer with a block or even a cushion underneath your forehead. I'm just going to keep my head elevated here so I don't squish my microphone. Here for another 3 deep breaths, feeling the back body rising up towards the ceiling as you inhale, and gently your back body falls down as you exhale. We'll take a side stretch here. So walking both hands over towards the left hand side of your mat for right side body stretch. Pausing for 2 breaths. Both hands walk over to the right side of your mat now. They might even come off your mat here. Feeling a big stretch along your left side body and into your left lower back. Let's take another breath here. Hands coming back to center. Back to your tabletop, And then hands shoulder width distance apart, walking them a little bit further forward, spreading through all 10 fingers. You're tucking your toes under. You're pushing the ground away with your hands as you pick your knees up, sending your hips up and back towards the ceiling for down dog. Your head can hang heavy. Your gaze is in between the feet. Keep pushing out through your hands, thinking of driving your chest back towards your feet. And then you can choose stillness. You could have a big bend in your knees, or maybe you walk out your dog, bending into one knee, straightening through the other. All the while, we keep pushing into the floor with our hands for strong shoulders. Here for one more breath. And when you're ready, we're just going to tippy toe to the front of our mat, coming into ragdoll forward fold. Feet hips width distance apart. Nice deep bend in your knees. Option to hold on to opposite elbows, or maybe let the arms simply dangle down. Head hang heavy. The more you bend your knees, the more you allow your lower back to just release and surrender here. Relaxing your face, softening your jaw. 2 more breaths. And then with a nice deep bend in your knees, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae, all the ways up to standing. The head is the last thing to arrive. Coming to mountain pose, feet hips width distance apart, all 10 toes point forward, rolling your shoulders down your back, palms face forward. You can close your eyes here, taking a moment to just recenter, breathing to the base of your spine, feeling your feet connected and rooted into the stable, solid ground beneath you. From that earthed, grounded place, feeling the crown of your head rising up towards the sky. 2 more breaths here in mountain pose, Tadasana. Your next inhale, reaching your arms up to the sky, maybe a little back bend as you look up. And then exhale, folding forward. You can always bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. You could be on the fingertips as your torso is parallel to the ground, or maybe bringing hands to shins. And then exhale, folding forward once more. Inhale, straight spine as you rise up to standing, reaching arms up. Exhale, bringing the arms down beside you. We'll do that 2 more times, so our standing sun salutations. Inhale, reaching arms up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, upside down L. And then exhale, we fold. Inhale, rising up to standing, reaching arms up. Exhale, bringing your arms down beside you. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, folding forward. You can always keep the knees bent. Inhale, halfway lift, torso parallel to the ground. Exhale, folding once more. Inhale, straight spine as you rise up, extended Tadasana, a little back bend. Exhale, arms down beside you. Inhale, we reach our arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And now this time we're going to step our left foot to the back of the mat and drop our left knee down for low lunge, right side. So either your hands are framing your right foot, and if you'd like here, you can have blocks underneath your hands or even books. Breathing deep. Feeling the stretch in your left hip flexor, left quad, into your right hip, and even in the right hamstring as well, maybe. We're just here for another deep breath. On your next inhale, reaching arms up to the sky. Now you might wish to walk the right foot back a little bit for some stability. And then we're going to exhale, roll our shoulders down your back as we make goalpost arms or cactus arms. Thinking of squeezing your shoulder blades together and sending your arms back behind you as you reach your chest up towards the sky. Let's take one more belly breath here. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, reaching arms up. And now exhale, we're just going to bring both hands inside the right foot for lizard lunge. You can walk your right foot out a little bit wider, maybe even as wide as the mat. Might feel good to just tuck your back toes under and walk your back knee back a little bit here. Getting a little bit deeper now into your left hip flexor, left quad, and right hip. Knowing you could always come down to your forearms if that feels beneficial to your body. We're only going to be here for another 3 breaths. Inviting softness into your face. When you're ready, we're going to tuck our back toes under, lift our back knee up off the mat. And now we're going to walk around to face the left long edge of our mat as all 10 toes come to point forward here. So we're in a wide-legged forward fold now. You can have as deep of a bend in your knees as feels good to you. Let your head hang heavy here. You could always bring blocks underneath your hands or even books. Make sure it feels okay for your knees. If there's any pain behind your knees, you can bend those knees a little deeper here. And for this first wide-legged forward fold, you might even wish to just bend into one knee a little, bend into the other, and back and forth, kind of like you're walking out your wide-legged forward fold. That always feels really nice for me, especially in the first version of my wide-legged forward fold. Coming back to center for 2 breaths here. We're going to come onto halfway lift here, coming onto fingertips. And now we're going to be turning to the back of our mat for low lunge. So all 10 toes are going to come to face the back of your mat as your back heel picks up off the mat and you drop your right knee down. So we're in low lunge now on the left side. So you're facing the back of your mat. Feeling a stretch into right hip flexor, right quad, into your left hip. One more breath here. Inhale. We're going to reach our arms up to the sky and you can position that left foot back a little bit further if you'd like. Exhale, roll shoulders down your back, cactus arms, 90-degree angles at the elbows, sending shoulders, or arms back behind you, reaching your chest up towards the ceiling. Last deep breath here. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, reaching arms up to the sky. And then exhale, bringing hands inside the left foot. You can walk your left foot out nice and wide. Lizard lunge here. Pausing here for another 4 deep breaths. Noticing if your face is scrunching up or tightening up, and inviting softness into that. Last breath here. And then when you're ready, once more, tucking those back toes under, lifting your back knee up off the mat, and we're coming to that wide-legged forward fold once more. So we're going to turn around to face the long edge of our mat. All 10 toes point forward now. And we'll just fold forward here once more. Let the head hang heavy. Maybe see if you can walk your hands in between your feet and seeing if you can bring the weight a little bit more into the toes. You can stay with this. Our option to take a twist in our wide-legged forward fold. So we're going to rise our chest up so it's parallel with the ground. And now you may wish to use a block or a book underneath your hand here. We're going to bring our left hand underneath our forehead and then reach right arm up to the sky, taking a twist in your wide-legged forward fold. Last breath on this side. And then we'll switch that out. So your right hand just goes where your left hand was. And then you're going to reach your left arm up to the sky. Another deep breath here. And then bringing left hand down. So we're all going to meet in halfway lift now. And we're just going to walk our feet a little bit closer towards each other. So we're setting up for yogi squat. So feet are hips width distance apart or maybe a little bit wider with the toes pointing out to the sides. And then you're going to sink your hips down nice and low. If your heels are up off the mat, knowing that that is so normal, you can simply be here with the heels up off the mat, or maybe bringing blocks or a blanket underneath the heels. Or if it doesn't feel comfortable to come down this low, you could even stay up a little bit higher. Just resting your hands onto your thighs with the heels on the mat. Whichever version you're working with, we'll be here for another 4 deep breaths. If it feels good to you, you might wish to bring the hands into prayer, pushing knees into elbows, elbows into knees. Final deep breath here. And when you're ready, whatever way works for your body, we're going to meet in a seated position for a butterfly pose. Let's bring the soles of our feet together. Our knees are going to go wide. Now with this, if you feel quite rolled back on your tailbone, I definitely recommend sitting up on a cushion or blocks. It can be really helpful. Either way, we're going to inhale to grow tall through the crown of the head. And then exhale, fold forward. Thinking of belly button reaching towards the feet. Here for 4 more deep breaths. slowly rising up and out of that. And from here, we're just going to extend our left leg forward, bend into the right knee so that the right sole of your foot is next to your left thigh. Setting up for Janu Sirsasana, or half butterfly. Inhale, reaching arms up. Exhale, we fold forward. Hands can frame the left foot wherever feels good. So never feel that you have to reach really far forward towards your toes. You can just let your hands rest wherever works for you. If there's any pain behind your left knee, know you can always bend the left knee. And you might even wish to support your right knee if there's any pain or uncomfortable sensations there, with a block or a cushion underneath it. Just another 2 breaths here. Rising up and out of that, we're just going to switch legs. So right leg goes long, bending into your left knee now. Left sole of the foot in line with your right thigh. Inhale to reach arms up towards the sky. Exhale to fold forward. Hands framing your leg. Breathing here into the left hip, low back, right hamstring. When you're ready, gently making your way out of that, we're going to extend both legs long in front of us now for a forward fold. So for this, you can always bend the knees or even sit up on something to help with the tilt of your pelvis forward. We'll inhale, reach arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Hands can rest beside you. You could give yourself a little hug underneath your knees, tucking chin to chest. Or maybe you start to straighten your legs a little bit, choosing an option that feels best for your body. Thinking of both toes flexing back towards your head. We'll be here for 5 deep breaths. Taking one more breath here. And then slowly making your way out of that. Whatever way works for you, we're just going to take our time to make our way down onto our backs. From here, walking your feet away from each other, so towards opposite sides of your mat. Your arms can come out to a T. And then we're just going to let both knees fall off to the right for a gentle twist here. Gaze can remain at the ceiling or maybe over your left shoulder. You can stay here, or option to, if it feels good, rest the right ankle on top of your left knee for a little bit of downward pressure. Another 3 breaths here in this twist. Bringing the right foot back to your mat if it's not there. Pointing both knees back to the ceiling, and this time both knees fall off to the left. You can gaze up at the ceiling or maybe over your right shoulder. And if it feels good, maybe you bring your left ankle, your left foot just on top of your right knee for a little bit of downward pressure. Now again, only choosing this option if it feels beneficial for you. Another 3 breaths here. Softening your face. You can bring left foot back to your mat. Both knees pointing back up towards the ceiling once more. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet together, letting your knees go wide for a reclined butterfly. You can rest one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. If it feels like a lot for the inner thighs or the hips or the knees, you can bring blocks or cushions underneath your thighs to support you here. We're going to take 3 releasing deep breaths here. So inhale through the nose and then exhale an audible sigh out through your mouth. Inhale deeply, feel belly fill up with air. Exhale, letting it go. Inhale, breathing into your ribs, into your abdomen. And exhale, sighing it out. Last one, inhale, make this the deepest breath of your day. And exhale, releasing. 2 more breaths here. Bringing your hands to the outsides of your knees, gently closing your knees back towards each other, coming into Shavasana, extending your legs long, arms long out to the side. You can always plant your feet into the mat, point your knees up towards the ceiling, let your knees fall towards each other instead, so like so. Especially if having legs extended doesn't feel great for your lower back, that could be a nice option. Take any last little wiggles or maneuvers here to make yourself nice and comfortable. And then you can close your eyes down. Or again, you might feel better just softening the gaze instead. Relaxing your face, softening your jaw, inviting softness into your chest, inviting softness into your belly, inviting softness into your hips. Feel your whole back body soften into your mat. Give yourself permission to surrender, to let go here into stillness for your Shavasana. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. This next few moments here are just for you to enjoy presence in stillness. I'll let you know when it's time to reawaken. going to guide us out of this, but if you have time, you could always pause the video here and spend a little longer in your Shavasana. Otherwise, just gently wiggling fingers and toes, guiding your breath to be a little deeper. Slowly coming back to the space you're in, rolling out your wrists, your ankles. If it feels good, a big stretch, reaching arms and feet away from each other. And then taking your time, we'll just bring both knees into our chest, pausing for a breath here and recline child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, taking your time to make your way back up to a seated position. Whatever way works for your body. We'll come to cross-legged to close the practice together. When you're ready, inhale, reaching your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bringing your hands to prayer position at heart center. You can bow your head to your heart here. We'll take one moment here to connect with our heart center, our center of love, gratitude, and compassion. And sending yourself so much love and so much gratitude for the amazing person that you are. We'll take one deep breath here to breathe in self-love. Feel it fill up your entire being. And then when you're ready, you can slowly come back to your space. I hope you're feeling good. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed this practice, I would so appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, leave a like, spread the word in whatever way works for you. And yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. Bye!